Warning: if the topic of psychological manipulation and emotional enslavement of women offends you, I want you to stop watching this video. And if you want to continue, you must agree never to use this knowledge to hurt women. Deal? Great. Let's start. Look, I gotta first put this disclaimer out. I am not a woman hater. If anything, I'm women's biggest fan. If not, why would I make so many videos teaching men how to make women want them, right? Now that I've convinced you that I'm not a misogynist, I'll share with you a method with which you can dominate a woman and own her soul completely. But before that, help me by clicking like because you're one cool guy and you want to encourage me to produce more of these videos for you. Done that? Great. Now let's start. Here's the fundamental truth about women. In order to be truly happy in a relationship, women naturally want to be dominated. Psychologically, women are programmed by nature to want to be led when it comes to love and relationships. Women don't want a subservient wimp as their partners. Does that make sense to you? Once you've dominated a woman and put her under your control, she will be a happier person, and better still, you'll stop getting pussy whipped by her. So you're really killing two birds with one stone here. Sounds great, right? So now let's talk about how you can turn a woman from ferocious lioness into a docile little kitten, shall we? Before anything, forget about using stupid pickup artist tricks that only work on young, impressionable teenagers. In order to dominate a woman and completely make her subservient to you, you'll need more powerful, like industrial strength mind control. I'll share with you one simple mind control technique which will make you powerful over women in a short while, but for now, let's switch gears a bit and talk about the concept of hidden addictions inside a woman's brain. You see, the only way you can make a woman obey you completely is to exploit her emotional vulnerability. And it turns out that every woman is vulnerable emotionally in one specific way. She has got a hidden addiction to drama and emotional roller coasters. Ever wondered why women seem to be attracted and addicted to soap operas, chick flicks, and Mills and Boon romance novels? The answer is simple. Those TV shows and books make the viewer or reader go through emotional trips consisting of ups and downs which happen in an unpredictable and irregular manner. The good news is that you can replicate this effect and make a woman emotionally addicted to you using the same method. This means that all you need to do is bring her through an emotional trip of ups and downs in an unpredictable and irregular manner. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Here's the exciting part, and so please pay attention. Using a mind control technique called fractionation, you can easily tell stories that will bring a woman through an emotional roller coaster which then gets her addicted to you emotionally. Here's how fractionation works. The first step is to ask her about a past incident that made her feel especially happy. For example, you can ask her, "Do you remember something that has happened in the past that made you feel especially happy?" When she said yes, ask her to share with you the specifics and, more importantly, how she felt at that time. Get her to re-experience that memory and feel happy. Then immediately switch mode and ask her about a past incident that made her feel especially sad or depressed. For example, ask her, "Do you remember something that has happened in the past that made you feel especially sad?" Similarly, ask her about the specifics of that memory and get her to re-experience that depressing incident. Then ask her about a happy or positive experience again. Rinse and repeat. See how simple it is? With enough positive and negative cycles, she will soon start to develop an emotional connection to you, and her brain will soon be addicted to you, just like how she's addicted to soap operas and chick flicks. It's that easy. Now do you see why a mind control technique like fractionation works so well when compared to the lightweight pickup artist stuff? Let's make something entirely clear. There's a downside to this technique, and it is this. It can be abused because, as you can see, it can pretty much mess a woman's emotions up and possibly damage it for the long term. In fact, there was a time when some rogue students of Derek went on a rampage to use fractionation indiscriminately on women, leaving behind a trail of messed up individuals with damaged psyche. While I hope he continues to teach fractionation and mind control, he has started being careful to who he gives access to this technique to. However, I do have to let you know that a mind control technique like fractionation can be easily abused, and indeed, there are psychopaths who deliberately use mind control to hurt women. And for this reason, we must control who gets access to this knowledge, So this is what you need to do. At the end of this video, you'll find an opt-in form for you to enter your name and email. Please use your best email address. And after you have entered your details, you'll be redirected to a new page with instructions on how to receive your very own invite to the Fractionation Online Masterclass. Remember to follow the instructions carefully to check if you qualify for the masterclass. Good luck!